Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, woman and a man washed away in Wagwater River, not found after many hours. Alison Spratt experienced the jitters on Friday afternoon when she received the reports that a body had been found in the Wagwater River in St. Mary more than 24 hours after her 19-year-old daughter, Kristen Steele, and Omar Skyers, an employee of Lasco, were washed away when heavy rain sent the river in spades. However, up to press time on Friday, the report could not be confirmed by official sources, causing increased anxiety among the relatives of both Steele and Skyers, who had all traveled from Lower Waltham Park Road and the Seaview Gardens in St. Andrew, hoping to find their loved ones who are believed to have drowned. A search team comprising family members and friends spent many hours on Friday scoping miles of the river, trying to locate the two, but had no luck. Their hopes increased on numerous occasions when they saw objects appearing to be of human form. However, those hopes were quickly dashed after realizing that what they spotted were inanimate objects. Cassandra Steele, a younger sibling of the missing woman, said she witnessed her sister being knocked off a rock by a strong gush of water, along with debris, before she was washed downstream. "We were in the river, but some black something that pitched on my skin. I came out of the water and washed them off of my skin. I was ready to go and I said, 'Chrisanne, come now, me ready.' I said it about 3 times. I told her my head was hurting me. She said she not come, so I just leave her. She sat down on a rock. Everybody was sitting on a rock," Cassandra related. "By the time me look, a pure bamboo bush with rubbish start come down. She freeze on the rock. The water start run hard and then a big wave come lick her off. Her head was going up and down until I could see her no more. Me did a run and a ball out her name. I was about to go in the water for her, but a lady who lived near and her husband came with a rope. She hold on to me and took me to the police station. She said if me go in the river, me I go drown," Cassandra shared. Even when Chrisanne head come up little, she never say help nor nothing, she added. She told the news that Skyers, who was on the rock as well, is her sister's friend. "After my sister got down, it looked like a wave licked him off of the rock that he was sitting on," she said, adding that she didn't see how Skyers ended up in the water, as it was at that time that the woman had prevented her from jumping into the raging river in an attempt to save her sister despite her inability to swim. The missing woman's mother, meanwhile, appeared to be distraught. She spent most of the journey from St. Andrew to St. Mary in silence, her face wrenched in pain. As she sat on a sidewalk above the river, she told the news that someone who had a lot of knowledge about what the possible outcome could be told her that the body of her daughter and her friend could very well end up in the sea. She said people told her that it might not be until they floated to the top of the sea in the next couple of days that they will be found. However, she still held on to hope that their bodies had lodged somewhere along the course of the river and had not gone all the way to the sea. One woman who lives close to the spot from where the two were swept away said that a search team should have been activated within the first few hours after the incident occurred, instead of the following day. She expressed the sadness that Chrisanne's 2-year-old son most likely will not grow up knowing his mother and will have to learn at a later stage in life that his mother died from drowning. "It really sad that the little boy father gone far in Wednesday and his mother dead Thursday. You see Wagwater River? That water is not a nice water when it come down. You have Ginger River, Wagwater River and Palm River, and there is also a dam. When the dam let go, I know nothing normal. Water high and powerful," the woman said. The search will continue today. BK pledges to assist the explosion victim seeking urgent overseas care. The family of a supervisor who was injured in an explosion at the Burger King outlet in New Kingston on Wednesday is seeking urgent medical care for her overseas. She is in a race against the time. Her vitals are fluctuating. "We are seeking facilities that have modern equipment, accommodation and a burn specialist who will be able to handle the different outcomes so she can get the best care. We have made contact with several hospitals overseas already, as well as the air ambulance," Renee Folks Johnson, a sister of the injured supervisor, Carrion Folks, told the news. "Now that we have the medical report, we are trying to take it to the next step. I am absolutely traumatized. but I have to stay strong. Most of my family members are overseas and are unable to be here. I am exhausted. However, I am pushing on and leaning on the Lord for His strength, and I have all confidence that she will push through, Folks Johnson said. The injured woman's mother, Luna Jackson, said that she was at home in Kingston when she got the call about the explosion and that her daughter was badly burnt. She said she instantly put God on the job and is hoping and praying that her 46-year-old daughter will be flown to a hospital overseas quickly and that she will survive. Folks is one of 6 people who received the injuries in what is believed to have been a gas explosion. The news was told that 2 of the injured individuals were still in hospital, while 4 others were treated and released. On Friday, Lisa Lake, CEO of Restaurants Associates Limited, the operator of the Burger King franchise in Jamaica, told the news that the company is ready and prepared to help folks with any medical attention she needs. The family has indicated that they want her to go overseas for treatment, and we have pledged our support. We are just awaiting word from the doctors to see what is the next step, said Lake. She pointed out that the company has already organized a transfer to another hospital for the second employee who was seriously injured in the explosion, which shattered glass windows and the doors at the restaurant and forced other businesses nearby to close for the day. While those other establishments resumed their regular business on Thursday, Burger King remained closed. Lake had previously pointed out to the news that the incident was the first in the restaurant's 40 years of operating on the island. Thankfully, though, there were no fatalities and our team is recovering under medical attention. I've actually been able to speak with most of them directly, and thankfully they are okay, despite being understandably shaken up, Lake said hours after the incident. Our priority right now is the well-being of all affected, and we'd actually like to take the time out to thank the emergency personnel and the persons that were on site for their quick action. We continue to work with the authorities to thoroughly review the situation and determine what actually caused the explosion, Lake added. In the meantime, in a statement to the media, IGL, the gas provider for Burger King, says it is cooperating with the ongoing investigation led by the Jamaica Fire Brigade. IGL is also conducting our own internal investigations to understand what occurred. The cause of the explosion has not yet been confirmed, the company said. Safety and health protocols are our highest priority, and these include regular maintenance and inspection of cylinders, proper training for delivery personnel, and adherence to all safety regulations during transportation and delivery to ensure compliance with these protocols and to maintain the safety and integrity of our operations, IGL added. Government and the public sector unions settle outstanding wage issues. Thousands of public sector workers are breathing easier after an agreement was reached between the government and their unions on outstanding items under the Public Sector Compensation Review. Under the program, the scores of wage bands within the public sector were simplified and several of the allowances absorbed into their salaries. But there had been several allowances for which there was no consensus, resulting in a standoff between government and the unions. St. Patrice Ennis, president of the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions, said the agreement brings an end to months of negotiations on several sticking points under the new wage framework for employees in the public sector. Mr. Ennis said the agreement covers uniforms, overtime, and the reinstatement and increase in passenger mileage.
We have managed to agree on a thing like increment, where everybody within the, at least central government, the public sector, will be entitled to a movement in increment come at least by April 2025. And so we have managed to have movements on our tailoring allowances, retroactive mileage, passenger mileage, payment on subsistence, and items like those that have been outstanding for quite a very long time now. And because of the determinedness of our group and the ministry's representative, including the minister, who have dedicated a lot of time to ensuring that we reach an agreement and had assured us that nobody will be leaving yesterday evening until we manage to ink out an agreement. Fortunately, that was done and it's behind us. We know of instances where the supervisor and the supervisee are getting the same. We know that persons are actually subsidizing the government in terms of their work because they are not being compensated or reimbursed for certain expenses that they use in doing their job. There are challenges, of course, but on a whole, I think most persons would have got what they ought to receive. And by this exercise, we would have completed a lot of the outstanding items, in particular central government. We're aware that in some public bodies, the exercise is ongoing in terms of the restructuring. But as far as central government is concerned, this in large measure would signal the completion of the exercise.
Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.